Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today? I am Nathaniel Robert Jens from Nintendo. I'm no fancy hair done up today, no fancy clothes today. It's been kind of a rough time getting into it this week. I've had a very adventurous last couple days at the Nintendo Prime HQ, but here we are. We're back. Finally back. Better let people know in the Discord that we're live as well. Let me see here. Anyways, hello all you lovely people out there. We got Eric Wolf here in the chat, John Early, Tim Crook, CRG Kraka here as well from South Carolina. How you guys doing? If you guys want your name shouted out, be sure to just say something in the live chat. We'll get to it. If you guys want to be able to enter the giveaway for this month, be sure to check out the stream after it goes up on video on demand and then leave your comment there. Also, you have to like it. You have to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well to even be entered. So you might as well drop a like. We got 17 plus people watching right now. Let's drop those likes. Let's get this bad boy up to 20 plus likes. I know we can do it. We can. So how you guys doing? I just replenished a little bit of the boozy booze today too. So as a reminder, down here we have super chats for different types of shots and drinks and all that jazz. So that's a thing that we do during our streams for those who might be new. One thing I don't understand is why my camera thing is still doing weird things. So give it a bit here, and some of that camera stuff will go away. We have Flip in here right now. Segwin the Pikachu fan is here right now. Red Chaos 173 is here. Talking about XCloud is awesome. Yeah, I think for what is it, Game Pass Ultimate members today, you guys can do try out XCloud on Android. I don't have an Android, so it doesn't matter for me. I can't try it out right now. Do you have an orange/yellow box around me? Says Eric Wolf. An orange and yellow box. An orange and yellow box. I'm gonna go with a big negatory on that. Only box I got around me is I got like this Amazon Prime box. I don't really have any boxes around me at all. To be completely honest, I have no other boxes around me. What's up, Shiny Ray 01? How you doing? Welcome guys to the stream. I hope you guys are having a lovely time. I'm gonna get this stream started the right way myself. We're just gonna pop off. And Mr. Pete 1985 is here as well. We're just gonna pop off, get this stream going in the right direction with a little self super chat there. Get myself a little shotty shot from my fresh new drinks today. Cheers. All right. So let's talk a little bit about good old Phil Spencer. My boy Phil running the Xbox division and a couple other things over at YouTube. He had some things to say recently about Nintendo because he did an interview with Gary Whitta. Now, I don't know too much about this interview. There is a video of the interview, so I have watched it, but I don't know too much about why he did the interview. He was asked about Nintendo and Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing has blown the hell up with 22 plus million copies, and obviously it's a big number for any game, let alone in the entire industry. And here's what Phil Spencer had to say about Animal Crossing and Nintendo on the whole. He said, just the pure thing about what Nintendo does is they think about games and their hardware and their platform all as one thing, and they build those experiences, and I know their teams pretty well too. I think it's magical that they are able to create a complete Nintendo experience on their devices. This experience that I'm looking at right here on my Switch is Animal Crossing. That's right, Phil Spencer owns a Switch, guys. He's rocking the Switch, bringing it with him. In the entertainment business, most things don't turn out to be a huge success, so there always has to be some amount of surprise. But Nintendo is just masterful at what they do. I've said this before, that they have the strongest first-party pedigree out there, and they're a jewel for us in the gaming industry and something we should protect. So it's no secret that Phil Spencer and Microsoft in general have been kind of buddy-buddy with Nintendo this generation, And you can definitely tell there's a deep admiration for Nintendo. And, it's interesting. A lot of people are focusing on, oh, they have the strongest first-party pedigree. He's not saying the strongest first-party games. He's saying the pedigree, the history, basically, of the IPs they have is the strongest out there. And that's pretty hard to deny at this point. But it's interesting when he says, they're a jewel for us in the gaming industry and something we should protect. It's interesting that he feels like there is this thing in the gaming industry where we shouldn't have to worry about Nintendo going away. Because there's people that always worry, if they have too many failures in a row, Nintendo's going to go away. And Microsoft and Phil Spencer's approach is we should protect a company like Nintendo. Because Nintendo is that important to the annals of the history of gaming. This could obviously lead to more Nintendo partnerships down the line. Clearly, we know Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash, that was a partnership with Microsoft for that. So there is a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. I think, obviously, one thing a lot of us would like to see is XCloud come to Switch at some point. Or Nintendo's future platform, whatever it happens to be. I think that would be a great match for Nintendo and for Microsoft, and would give Switch kind of a leg up on all this worry about next gen this, next gen that. Well, you can play, a lot of these Xbox games right there on your Switch. That would be great. But we'll see if we ever get to that point. We do know they are running a demo, a trial right now of XCloud on Android devices. And the operating system that Nintendo uses is kind of a spin-off of Android. So, it could be compatible already if Nintendo would just allow it. So we'll see what happens there. So that's kind of the big Phil Spencer stuff today. I guess yesterday or whatever he said this. I think this might have been yesterday. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Any thoughts on the whole Phil Spencer Nintendo relationship? And that he treasures Nintendo to the point that he feels like they're a company that should just be protected by the video game industry, so they don't end up going away someday if they make too many mistakes. That's what I kind of got out of it. Red Chaos mentions that hopefully Apple can be anti-consumerism and bring back xCloud from Microsoft. Interesting stuff with Apple today. They just took Fortnite off the App Store because Epic circumvented Apple's terms of service and offered a way to buy V-Bucks directly from Epic. Now, there are certain types of apps in the games in the App Store that are allowed to do this, but gaming apps are not one of them. So they circumvented the TOS. Obviously, Apple found out about it pretty quickly and has now removed it from the App Store until that. And I'm sure Epic's going to end up removing the ability to circumvent, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll try to negotiate with Apple to allow it to happen. I have no idea. I find it very interesting because I get why Apple would be upset about it because they get a cut. Obviously, they get a cut of the money. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very interesting situation. But yeah, when you talk about Apple not allowing xCloud to be on there, like it is interesting that xCloud can be on Android and not Apple right now. I don't know, man. It's Apple is got to be a little bit careful here with things like xCloud, like the Fortnite stuff. Whatever, that's a TOS violation by Epic. They'll get that sorted out. But the xCloud stuff, I honestly don't know what Apple is worried about by allowing xCloud. I guess probably the biggest thing is the monetization method. Like, how does Apple get a cut of xCloud? That might be their concern, is all these games being offered on the phone. How do we get a cut of that slice of that pie? Maybe that's something being negotiated behind the scenes. I don't know. John Early says, I remember when the Final Fantasy series went from 1, 2, 3 to number 7. Those were the days. What? By the way, did you hear about what happened to DC Comics? I did not hear about what happened to DC Comics. What are we talking about with the series went from 1, 2, 3 to number 7? What are you talking about? There was a Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6. I'm confused with that statement. And what happened to DC Comics? Let me type DC Comics in Google and see what comes up here. I saw someone make a video on something DC Comics, but I didn't. There's an implosion, huh? Let me see here. Reading this on the sci-fi.com here. The massive shakeup within DC Comics on Monday has led to much speculation about the future of the iconic comic publisher. What's the massive shakeup? I can see the original story here. DC Comics, DC Universe staffers laid off in major Warner Media reshuffling. According to Hollywood... Okay, well, let's go to the Hollywood Reporter. I want to go to, like, as OG of a source as we can. All right. A majority of the staff streaming service DC Universe has been laid off, as has editor-in-chief Bob Harris and multiple other executives on the publishing side. So they laid off a bunch of people, including some high-level people. 1/3 of DC's editorial ranks are being laid off. Insiders will say the majority of the staff of the streaming service of DC Universe has been laid off, a move that has been widely expected as Warner Media shifts its focus to its new streaming service, HBO Max. It's not a surprise there. They have a streaming service for DC stuff. It's just DOA. So I'm not surprised there. That launched back in 2018. Let me see here. Also a victim of the layoffs are DC Direct, the company's in-house merchandise and collectible manufacturer. The division has been shuttered after 22 years. A DC spokesperson declined to comment on the changes, which come less than 2 weeks before the planned August 22nd online event, DC Fandom. So that's next week, which is set to showcase stars from DC's film, TV, and comic book worlds. Interesting. So they got rid of their streaming service, which I'm not surprised. That to me isn't shocking to me. But they're getting rid of some of the high level figures they did. The editorial ranks is interesting. I'm not sure what exactly is going on there. Obviously, they're not doing as well as like Marvel and stuff, but Marvel's also owned by Disney and has been much more successful recently. So CRG Kraka says, I have it on my phone and tablet. It is the future of gaming. No console needed. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about XCloud from those that have been able to touch it. I'm not surprised. Microsoft, I think, knows what the hell they're doing. Granted, Google Stadia, here's the thing. I tried out Google Stadia when it was in its test phase. Like, what was this, a couple years ago? When I tried, or was it, yeah, I think it was like January of last year. I tried out, or maybe it was December of 2018. I can't remember. It was around that time period. I tried out Google Stadia, which at the time wasn't called Google Stadia. I forget what it's called. And I played Assassin's Creed through a web browser on my laptop at a coffee shop. And it was awesome. It was a great experience. So I want to throw caution out there that this test run on Android might be fantastic right now. Might be amazing. But it's still just a test run. Until it's fully out in the public, not going to know how the servers handle it, how everything works. Because Google Stadia, when it was in its test run, was doing great. And then it launched. Granted, we didn't know how they were going to deliver the games, that they were going to charge individually. And we know with XCloud, you can use Game Pass. I believe you can use Game Pass with XCloud, right? So, like, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, well, you can only access it right now if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. So I assume that Game Pass kind of works flawlessly with it. So all those games, whatever ones are available to stream anyways. I'm not sure because I haven't used the app. Because I don't have an Android in my possession to do it with. Fortnite is suing Apple back for their App Store policies. To be honest, I think the real reason for Apple not allowing xCloud is because they have a gaming service of their own. Yeah, they do have a gaming service of their own, but they don't get the games. Apple has a gaming service of their own, but they don't get the games the xCloud has, so it doesn't really make sense. Basically, they're competitors, but they don't get the same games. So there's not really... It's like allowing Netflix when there's Apple TV. Like, Apple TV has stuff going on 402 and original shows and everything. But you don't see Apple blocking Netflix or Hulu. Like, they're competitors because they don't offer the same content. So I don't understand that. Like, I'm an Apple TV subscriber till December because I think I got a free year of Apple TV when I got this phone. And I don't understand that. That to me doesn't make any sense. Why you would block a competing platform that doesn't actually have the content that's in your platform. So what's it matter? I don't know. That's Apple figuring stuff out. As for suing Apple over the App Store policies, it is interesting. Obviously, I think Epic must have known going into this that a lawsuit was going to happen. And I think maybe they feel like they have some ground to stand on because there are other non-gaming apps that are allowed to do this. And maybe the premise of that lawsuit might be, hey, why the hell does Apple let other companies do this? Why are they singling out gaming as a place that can't? The obvious reason is that a majority of the money made in the App Store is through gaming. And Apple wants their cut of the pie. But let's see here. Final Fantasy never went 3 to 7. The US SNES games called them 1 to 3 when in reality they were 4 to 6. What? I know that there was like a kerfuffle. Final Fantasy 1 through. I specifically remember there being Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like as a kid. Let's see here. Yeah, there's the original Final Fantasy. Hold on. Like Final Fantasy 6 was on SNES. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's Final Fantasy, the original. There's Final Fantasy 2. There's Final Fantasy 3. Now, there was some naming differences, like because Final Fantasy 4 was called, I think, Final Fantasy 2 in the US. Because I think that's my favorite Final Fantasy game. But there still was 6 of them. Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy, yeah, like this version of Final Fantasy 6 on the SNES. You know, I know they called it Final Fantasy 3 in the US, but the US got all these Final Fantasy games. They numbered, like they changed the numbers around and screwed with things, but we got 1 through 6. They just screwed with things. Like, remember Mystic Quest was basically a Final Fantasy game too. Like, yeah, dude, we got all these games. Like, I'm literally looking at gameplay of Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We got all these in the US when I was a kid. They were numbered differently, but we got them all. So I don't know why. By the way, I still don't know why they numbered them differently. I'm sure there's some interviews back then about why they numbered them differently. I'm not exactly sure what the idea was there, but I'm an iPhone user, and I truly believe Fortnite suing Apple is going to make some big App Store policy changes. Well, the thing is, Epic's got a shitload of money. Like, they have a shitload of money, so they have the ability to do a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Apple to try to get the policies changed, because it is a little unfair that Apple allows this with other types of apps but not with gaming. They specifically target gaming, and again, we know why it's all about money, because they make more money off of gaming, but it's dumb. And the thing is, they're still going to make some money because a lot of people use Apple Pay, and if you use Apple Pay to pay for your stuff in apps, you're still going to end up, that's going to go through Apple, so they're still going to get their cut. But, like, obviously, oh, jeez. My fiance is complaining about work. Oh, sorry. My fiance is wondering. She's trying to figure out a meatloaf recipe. She's getting kind of frustrated because at work, every time she goes to work, people, she does in-home care for 4 people at a senior home, and like they're supposed to cook dinner. Every time, because she works like 3 to 8, like a 5-hour shift. She's supposed to cook dinner, but she always works with somebody else, but she always ends up doing all the cooking, and she's like the newest employee, and it pisses her off that like the employees don't trade off who makes the meals. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah, the one time she didn't make a meal is because the other person decided to take all the clients out for dinner at like fast food. It's like, so you're not cooking, you're just avoiding it. and making these people spend their money on fast food when they don't need to do that. Not that it's bad to allow people to have fast food sometimes. It's just she's just really frustrated that like she always has to cook, because if she doesn't do it, no one does it. All right, let's see here. So let's go. She needs a meatloaf recipe, so I'm just gonna look up a meatloaf recipe quick here and see if they have the ingredients for it. Here's an easy one for her to do. And then she's also like, also, I want to drink tonight, but I don't want to go to a bar. I'm like, we don't have to go to a bar. My parents are out of town, and they have a lot of high shelf alcohol. They don't actually mind if we have some. So we're going to go to my parents tonight after she's done working and have some drinks. I think she's just stressed out. All right. Let me get to what's going on in the chat here. What's good, Brian C? Welcome to the stream, man. The 8th Arc. Do we have proof of Epic suing Apple? Yeah, there's articles on it. I don't. Just like literally Google. This is all developing right now today. So, you found a link to it. Share info on it on the. Jeez, there are articles on it. I was like just Googling this before the stream because I thought someone might bring it up since it's a big deal. This is a gaming. Like, let's be honest, phones are a gaming platform, and this is like a huge deal. So we'll see what happens. What are your thoughts on the Metroid Prime trilogy? So John Early, welcome to the stream, man. I remember playing Metroid Prime 1, but I never touched Echoes and Corruption. Metroid Prime 1's the best of the three. But I really like Corruption a lot too. Corruption had the best controls, but then they ported them all and gave them all the Wii controls anyway. So I really like the Prime trilogy a lot. I think they're all really, really good, excellent games. Thing is, I don't remember much of the stories, to be completely honest. I really don't remember much of the stories, but I didn't play them for the story. I played them for the gameplay, and I love the puzzles, the isolation, the gunplay. I thought it was all great, and there's a lot more they could do with it with more modern technology. So we'll see what happens with Prime 4. I'm really hoping that things get amped up a bit, but I don't know how amped up I want it to get. Like, I don't know if I quite want it to get as crazy as it gets in Doom. Although, having like part of the game be that way wouldn't necessarily be bad, with how hectic it can get with the amount of enemies and everything. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. Jin Cherky 89, welcome to the stream, man. The Project for Gamers, welcome to the stream. Final Fantasy 2, 3, and 5 weren't released initially in the US, which was why Final Fantasy 4 was called 2 and 6 was called 3. The other games were not put out until the early 2000s on Game Boy. Oh, yeah, well, I was still a kid then, so maybe that's why. See, I also didn't play Final Fantasy 7 at all, still, never to this day, because it went over to frickin' PlayStation, and I said, fuck you. So then I played those other games when they came out, and then... Yeah, so to me, it was never out of order because I played those games. But Final Fantasy 4 is actually what's known as Final Fantasy 2, I believe, in the US, is actually my favorite Final Fantasy game. Let's see here. Epic broke the App Store TOS, so Apple removed the game Fortnite because of it. Epic is crying, why ban us for breaking the rules? So are you suing Apple? A clear case of Epic's art. It's not. So, all right. So third. There is a they avoided giving Apple the 30%, right, or whatever percentage it is. Basically, like you have the $9.99 and then they charge $7.99. So that meant that the $2 difference between the $7.99 price and the $9.99 price were what Apple made. That's Apple's cut. They did that direct payment thing, and I don't think it's got anything to do with sour grapes. They knew they were breaking TOS when they did it. They knew they were breaking TOS. I think they planned to do this lawsuit all along because, one, Epic's not stupid. They know what they were doing. They knew they were breaking TOS. They knew Apple would get pissed off. But Apple has other types of apps, lifestyle apps, as an example. lifestyle apps are allowed to do direct charge, not through the Apple Store. So you don't have to pay Apple a fucking dime for certain lifestyle apps. Like you get in there and they have the microtransactions. There's a direct pay option where you do not have to pay Apple a dime, and that is part of the TOS. The TOS allows lifestyle apps and other types of apps to do that. There's actually a lot of categories of apps on the Apple App Store that is allowed by Apple to do direct charging, not through your account, your iTunes account or whatever, right? Like not through Apple. So you're not using Apple services to make the payment. So then they're able to offer it cheaper. And Thark, it's $20 USD to get iced. That gets you, let me see, that gets you 14 something. That's a $14 something. I can get iced. I got the shit to get iced. But technically, you're a little short. Because someone else throw a little $5 in there, and then I'll get iced. I'll hold off a bit. Maybe someone wants to throw a little $5 USD in there, and then I'll get iced for you, buddy. Thank you so much for that super chat, though. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me know if there's any music or anything you want played. But basically, Apple lets other types of apps do this, but they will not let gaming. The TOS specifically does not let gaming apps offer direct to pay. And I think Epic wants to challenge that and say it's not, is it legally defensible to single out gaming apps versus your other apps? And we'll see what happens. The courts will sort it out, obviously. Or there'll be a settlement and it won't even get ran through court. We'll see what happens. So it's not a sour. I don't like the idea of a sour grape situation because Apple did this to themselves by allowing other apps, other types of apps to allow it. So Thark comes in. Hold on, let me top that off for you. All right, Thark. Yeah, I know, and it's not your dude. The exchange rate changes every day. Like last time, I think you did a $20 Australian one. It looked like $17 on my end. This time, it looked like it was only $14. I hate how the exchange rates change like crazy like that. So it's not even your fault. But we'll do it. I don't. They still didn't have any Smirnoff at the store, but so we got. It says cold. We got a cold Seagram's here. We're gonna do a Bahama Mama. It's orange pineapple. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this goes down. Oh, man. So, of course, Thark's the one that comes in. No, I want you to get fucking iced. No excuses. No excuses, Nate. Get iced. I mean, technically, that's only $19, but I'll allow my $1 to count in. It's, God, I hate the exchange rates are so stupid. All right. Cheers, man. Oh my god. Oh. Man, what a burp. Oh. That probably tastes good when you just sip it. Does not taste good as a chugging. All right, let's see here. Sorry about that. Still trying to help she's sorting out this meatloaf recipe. I'm trying to help her out because it takes about an hour or so to make meatloaf, so she's got to get going on it soon. Oh man. All right, so I'm gonna scroll up a bit before Thark here because there was some chats in here I missed. I think. So Juan Castillo is here. Welcome, man. Says she needs to go to her supervisor and have them make a schedule of when people cook so that it's fair because she's just getting taken advantage of. Like she has a great boss, by the way. The person who runs everything is great. The one person who owns the places, her name's Emily. She's awesome, and she has a manager of the one she's at called Stacy, and Stacy's there a lot. But she has said something to Stacy and Emily about, hey, why am I always doing all the cooking? Are they just taking advantage of me because I'm new? Yulia doesn't like to cook. For those who don't know, I do 99% of the cooking in her house. I actually enjoy cooking. So it doesn't bother me to do the cooking. Most of the time I enjoy it. There's times I don't really want to do it, but I do it anyways. Like today we're making, what are we making for dinner? We're making homemade, what's it called? Where's my recipe? I already forgot what they're called. Now my recipe's gone. Dang it. Oh, man. I'm going to have to ask Yulia because I'm going to have to look the recipe back up. I have all the ingredients, but... Well, when Yulia reminds me of what it is, she's starting to work on the meatloaf. So I don't like meatloaf, but I know how to make it. So she needs to go to a supervisor and have them make a schedule. She's talked to her boss, and for some reason nothing's happened yet. And the person she's working with today, I guess, is the worst person she's worked with yet. This lady she's working with is super lazy. Usually the people she works with are very helpful, and even though they won't cook, she won't complain because they will do other things, so she doesn't have to work as hard. But this person she's with today apparently is super, super fucking lazy. And we were already having a rough day today. It's been a rough couple of days. Not her and I. Her and I are doing great. We're fucking happy as can be as a couple. But our kids have been having a really rough couple of days. We are in crackdown mode right now because school starts in a few weeks. And we are we have a daughter who was just diagnosed with ODD, ADHD, and I forget what the third thing is. There was another thing too, and she's on medication for it. We just started, but it's not going to do shit for her for like a month. And there's other things though that we have to do to get her going in the right direction so she doesn't have meltdowns and crap happen at school like she did last year. So we've had a lot of issues with the crackdown we're doing right now where there's no electronics for any of my three kids. There's no TV, there's no Switch, there's no tablets, no nothing. It's a complete electronic detox. There will be zero screen time for them for like the next week or two. And we are forcing them to stay outside all day long, every day that they can, as long as it's not raining. It's a challenge, but it's one that is working towards getting the kids to start using their imaginations more, problem solve more. Like, oh, if I'm hot, what do I do about being hot? Instead of asking mom and dad, oh, I'm hot, what can I do? You're not coming inside. Figure it out. We have a swimming pool. We have a hose. We have shade outside. Like, it's not like I'm just throwing them out there and letting them burn to death. It's only 80 degrees out right now. It's not that bad. But still, it's a whole situation where we're trying to get our kids to be in a better spot, going into school. So it's been a rough couple of days, and that's why I haven't been making any videos. Even today, it was really rough and stressful, and tantrums from two different kids. And so Yulia already went to work stressed out. Not stressed out with me, but stressed out with just how the kids have been. And obviously getting to work, and then all of a sudden you're working with the laziest person you've ever worked with. In a personal care situation where it feels like Yulia has to do everything for 5 hours. That fucking sucks. And I told her that she should say something to her boss. Be like, hey, our boss, the problem is it's hard because in situations like this, if you tell on someone like that, it's very obvious who the person is who ratted you out. And because of that, it creates a more hostile work environment. But I don't know. I told her that she should probably say something to her boss after she leaves work today. Like, text her boss after and be like, hey, by the way, this person, like, fucking did nothing. Maybe need to replace him or something. Let me see here. Chris Kruakowski Kurosaki is here. Says, I'm a big lover of mobile gaming. That's my whole inspiration. Since the whole Apple not allowing XCloud, I've been thinking of switching to Android, but not sure yet. Android's a great platform, by the way. So I grew up initially with like the old school Nokia phones and all that. I had the Razr flip phone, and then once iPhone came out, my family at the time switched to iPhone, and I used iPhone like for all the way up to the 4S, I think, or maybe all the way up. I'm sorry, I used iPhone all the way up to the iPhone 6, and then I switched from iPhone 6 to Android. And then I used Android for a handful of years, mostly Samsungs. So I was using like the higher end, more expensive Androids or whatever Samsung thinks they are, because they're charging Apple like prices for their phones now. And I used that all the way up to what did I have? The Note 9 or the Note 10? One of the two. I had either a Note 9 or a Note 10. I can't remember. And then, the rest of my family is still using iPhone. Yulia is using iPhone. So everyone around me is using iPhone but me. And except for Eric. Eric uses Android as well. He uses a Samsung Galaxy, I can't remember, 10? I think a 10? Anyways, so he, and there's a lot of things I liked about Android. I like the multitasking. I like being able to easily run anything. Obviously, there were apps out there that you could watch movies illegally that you shouldn't be watching for free. And like there was all this really cool stuff about Android that's great. It's just such an open platform. But everybody in my family continued to use iPhone, including Yulia's parents as well. And like there are things about iPhone that are really, really nice. As an example, video chatting. You can video chat through a lot of different apps. Through Google's little video chat app. You can video chat through Facebook. But none of those video chat apps, I don't know why, but none of them work as well as FaceTime. And I don't know why. I do not know why these other apps, like why is FaceTime just so much better? I don't get it. It's just video chatting. I don't understand why it's so much better, but it just is. I don't understand why iMessage just works better than other internet messaging solutions that are tied to normal texting. I don't understand why iMessage works better. It just does. So iPhones aren't, like, there's a lot of things I miss about Android when I got, like, multitasking. I used to be able to watch a YouTube video and do something else. Or you could literally, if I have a phone this big, like on the Note, you could have, like, half your screen be this, half the screen be a completely different app, and still have, like, a YouTube video playing down in the corner. Like, these are things I miss about Android, but, like, I don't know. Like, I switched back to Apple. And obviously, if you have Macs and other things in your house, I mean, you might as well have an iPhone because everything works so seamlessly together that it's just stupid not to. But just, I really like a lot of things about Apple too. And obviously, right now, Apple's killing it with cameras. This is the Max Pro, the 11 Max Pro. But like I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong with Apple or Android. But there's benefits to both. And right now, XCloud is a benefit that Android gets. They want to get it on Apple, but Apple's a little draconian at times as well. So, it's kind of finding that happy medium, the fine balance. Pork buns. That's right. I'm making pork buns. That's what it is. I have all the supplies for it. That's what we're making. Crackers can substitute. I'm helping her substitute some things because she's doing this meatloaf recipe and she wants to know what she can substitute. It's like, oh, we don't need breadcrumbs. She's like, maybe I can find some crackers. Crackers would work, or you can just make toast, like really over toast it and then smash up the toast, and then you'll have breadcrumbs as well. But yeah, anyways, this is what happens when I'm a cook. I know how to substitute things when you don't have the exact stuff you might want. All right, let's see here. Jinturkey89 says, from Metro Trilogy, I would like voiceover from Samus or her ship's AI to describe everything you scan. It'll help out with the lore, such as when Horizon Zero Dawn div. Yeah. I like that. I do like that. John really says, I think you like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic if you actually had time to sit down and play it. KOTOR is so much better than most Star Wars films these days. I did play KOTOR back in the day. Been there, done that. It's really good. Here's the thing. I don't know what it is with me in games. This is just in general. I have a really hard time remembering story in games. Even the games I play for story, I have a hard time remembering it. See, Zelda games, I remember everything about them. But I also ran Zelda websites and really, really big ones for a huge chunk of my life, like 20 years of my life, 20 plus years of my life. So I guess I was more conditioned to try to remember those intimate details of the Zelda storyline. Whereas I guess with other games, like I'll play through it and I'll have a fantastic fucking time while I'm doing it. And then a few months later, I don't even remember the story. I'll remember that I really enjoyed it. I'll remember the gameplay, but I won't remember the story. So like when you talk about it being better than most Star Wars films, I probably would have agreed with you back when I played it, but I don't remember the story. So what's kind of cool about not remembering the story is it makes replaying games a lot of fun. Because like, oh, I don't remember the story, so like replaying the game really refreshes the memory. And it's not like playing it all over again, but it is kind of a makes it fresh, fresher than it is, for someone who just remembers everything. Let's see here. Going on in the chat. Thark says way better than the Jack Daniels shot, right? Yeah, I'm out of Jack Daniels right now anyway, so I wouldn't have to do that. But didn't get that replenished today. I don't. My big payday is until next week, and then I got to pay bills. I got to pay 3 different bills out of my next check. So we'll see if there's even any money left out of that check to replenish the booze. But we'll see. My parents, by the way, happen to have like a giant Jack Daniels that's like this big. So maybe what I might do is take my old Jack Daniels bottle over there and just fill that up a little bit off their huge one. My parents don't even drink really. They have like all this expensive booze. They use it for cooking. They don't really drink it. So, what's up, Seahawks24? Welcome to the stream, man. Let me see here. So, since Nintendo is having a slow year, I'm working on my backlog. I'm close to finally beating Super Paper Mario. I love the series, but this game has been like pulling teeth to finish. Damn. Sonic Man, the best of years, says, hey, I'm at work in the parking lot. I got about 10 before I need to start walking to clock in. Oh, you're probably already gone by now. Meatloaf's all right. Yeah, I'm not a meatloaf fan. I don't know why she's deciding she wants to make meatloaf. I think one thing Yulia does really good with her work is she finds a way to not make the same food every day. I guess something that was happening before she got there is the people who work there got in the habit of making very similar meals all the time because it's easy. And Yulia, just like with our children, we believe in variety. So having to have some variety in the food, so that like people don't get bored of it, and like these are real people. They deserve to have not just the same bullshit every fucking day. So that's why she's like, oh, today she decided to go with meatloaf because I'm sure one of the residents there likes meatloaf a lot. So she said, screw it, I'm gonna make meatloaf. The lady is not left. Okay. Oh, she's going to use crackers. Okay, she found crackers. That's fine. She said, the lady that she's working with has not left the couch in over an hour. Over a fucking hour, she has not left the couch to do shit. She said, I asked her if she had any ideas for dinner. And she said, I don't know. I won't be here at that time. I leave at 4:30. Dinner is at 5. She didn't ask you to fucking cook the goddamn dinner. She asked you if you had any fucking dinner ideas. So fucking stupid. Oh, I already hate that person she's working with. That's so fucking stupid. All right. Why you got a headbutt? Who's headbutting? Who's headbutting? What's up? Oh, you're talking about Giannis. Right. Blues Clues official channel's back. Let's see here. I gotta love when customers assume you work in an apartment next to the bathroom because I walk by. Take care, later, man. The Athark says, ask me, Nate. I'm a chef/cook for a living. Nice, are you? Cool, Thark. I didn't know that. Yeah, I fashion myself a pretty good cook. I feel like, in another life, I might have been a chef. I'm not like the greatest cook of all time. I'm not, I don't fashion myself a Gordon Ramsay over here or some shit, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at making shit up on the fly. Have a good idea of what works together and what doesn't, but sometimes I'm wrong and what I make doesn't work out. But that's how you learn. That's how you figure shit out. What's up, Neil Agosto? Welcome to the stream, man. John Earl says, what do you think about Coke and rum? Curious to know if you can describe the taste. Of course. For those who don't know, a rum and Coke, as we call it, not a Coke and rum, is one of my go-to drinks. It used to be, when I was younger, that was the drink. I didn't drink the beer. I drink beer, but I'm not like the biggest fan of beer. At least I wasn't then. It's like an acquired taste. Now I don't mind beer. It's okay. But rum and Coke used to be my go-to drink. I would have a mixed drink, rum and Coke, be drinking those bad boys all night, have fucking 10 of those things in a night when I'm partying. Double fist that shit. What would I describe? Well, do you know what rum tastes like? That's the big question. Do you know what rum tastes like? It also depends what kind of rum you're getting in it. I prefer, spiced rum in it, but like some bars will put like straight rum. But I prefer spiced. So like a Captain, a Captain and Coke is usually what I try to order. Because I'll tell them I want a Captain and Coke or, an off-brand spiced rum in it. So I prefer, I guess, Captain Cokes is what I prefer more so than the straight rum. Now I've had both, but it's a very different taste if you have the spiced rum versus just normal rum. At least I feel like it's very different. There's technically still the same type of booze, but there's a different taste to it. My other qualification is aged care. I got a cert qualification in that. Got it last year. Nice. Your go-to drink is gin. Can't do rum, but others do, and that's cool. Yeah, I mean, gin's okay. A good scotch is nice too. I don't mind vodka if it's mixed in, but I won't do vodka on its own. But nothing wrong with gin. Gin's good. Not stuff that I do very often, but still. As for why Giannis headbutted the guy, I guess there was a bunch of dirty plays. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, and maybe this is just because I'm a Bucks fan. I have no idea. It wasn't that much of a headbutt. Like, it was, but it wasn't like the guy made it look like he got shot by a cannonball. Like, it really wasn't that bad. Just being honest, it really wasn't that bad. But that guy, Mo Wagner or whatever, apparently has a history. I didn't know this because who watches the fucking Washington Wizards? But apparently he has a history of getting under people's skin and doing a bunch of dirty plays. I guess him and he's gotten in a fight, I think, with 3 other NBA players this year, or antagonized 3 other NBA players to do something to get themselves ejected. So Mo Wagner has a bit of a history of dirty plays. So I'm guessing that, the play before the charge, they're not showing it anywhere. There was the play before the charge, the guy kind of tried to take out Giannis's knees on a box out. Now Giannis is tall, but it's not like Mo Wagner is tiny himself. And the way that he went after was, I think Giannis took it as like he's trying to hurt me. Now Giannis played 10 minutes and had 12 free throws, so he was getting fouled to fucking shit. So I don't know. Shit happens. Mo Wagner has got a reputation as a very dirty player. That's not an excuse to headbutt. It's never an excuse. But Giannis has a temper to him sometimes. If you pay attention to Giannis over the years, you'll know his teammates and coaches are always like holding him back to prevent things like that from happening. Because Giannis grew up on the fucking streets, dude. He's got no nonsense, like, you don't fuck with me kind of shit. He's got people call it thug, but where he's from in Greece, it's not really thug. It was more like survival instincts. So he's got some like, yeah, you don't mess with me kind of attitude, and his teammates know it. That's why they usually get in between. But in this, it happened in this particular case that the teammates didn't get there in time to prevent Giannis from bumping into the guy. So. All right. Anyways, enough talking about that stuff. Do I like Blue's Clues? Oh my god. I don't. No. I'm just gonna say no. I don't like Blue's Clues. No, I don't know, but I'm curious to know if rum taste overpowers the Coke. So okay. So this is a serious question, John, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't. Have you ever had alcohol? So I'm asking this because my fiance does not like alcohol. Like the fact she wants to have alcohol tonight, that's not like her. Okay, like and yeah, she'll have like a Seagram, like one of these or whatever. But like when she says I want alcohol, but I don't want to go to the bar, what she means is she wants to relax and whatever, but she wants to get drunk, and she wants to get drunk and do it with really good liquor, which means she wants to do shots of fucking tequila or whatever. My parents have Patron. They have a lot of top shelf shit. Again, that they use primarily for cooking. But my mom likes to fancy herself a drink once in a while, usually with the Patron. I think that's why they have the Patron, actually, because my mom uses it for margaritas, I think, sometimes. My dad doesn't drink anymore. But I'm asking because if you don't like the taste of alcohol, and it's just alcohol in general, it doesn't matter if it's rum, vodka, whiskey, whatever you pick your poison, gin, scotch, it doesn't matter. If you don't like the taste of alcohol, almost every mixed drink you have, the alcohol is going to ruin it for you, because the alcohol taste will always feel overpowering compared to the mixer. There is an exception. If you like tomato juice and you have like a Bloody Mary, it's very hard to taste the vodka in a Bloody Mary, because tomato juice is such an overpowering flavor that it kind of takes away the taste of the vodka. So you can drink Bloody Marys till the cows come home and you won't taste the booze in it, which can make Bloody Marys a little bit of a dangerous drink, because you can end up drinking like 7 of them, and that's fucking 7 shots of vodka you just fucking downed. It's enough to fuck most people up. So yeah. That's the one drink, but like, yes, you can definitely taste the rum in a rum and Coke, no matter if it's spiced or not. You can definitely taste the rum. It's definitely overpowering compared to the Coke, because a lot of these alcohols are all overpowering compared to the mixers. There's exceptions, but the exceptions are always the alcohols that are already been mixed down. As an example, if you have Malibu, like I think Malibu is a type of rum, but it's mixed down to have that sweet coconut flavor or whatever flavor Malibu you happen to have. And because that's mixed down, when you mix that in with the mixer, you could definitely taste the Malibu, but it doesn't taste boozy, because the booze has already been mixed down before a guy added it in. So yeah, and I've tried absinthe. I've been there. I've tried that. Joke here. So yeah, it's one of those situations where you're definitely going to taste the rum. It definitely overpowers the Coke. That's why I go with the spiced rum, because I don't mind the flavor of spiced rum so as much as regular rum. But yeah. How's Fire Emblem 3 Houses going? Fine. I'm not much further than last time I streamed it. I've had a really crazy few days here, so. Who's Tracy Page Johnson? Jesus. we're not going on the Blue's Clues rabbit hole again. Brayin Chairs. I don't know what 3 means. I don't know why you're saying that. Woohoo, a little something something. Adam Wendroff's here. What up, Nate? Will you say hi to Yanni and Maya for me, please? I don't know them personally, so how am I going to say hi to them? I'd say hi to them just for myself, for crying out loud. Malibu's good. Yeah, Malibu and pineapple juice is a great mix. Yep. Malibu pineapple is a really popular mix. Also, there's like this slushy cocktail thingy that they make at the Treasure Island Resort and Casino, because they have a adult wet bar there, so it's like a bar in a pool. Really cool. I love that kind of thing. And they have the slush drink you get there that's like 5 different shots of Malibu mixed in with a slush, whatever flavor slush you choose. And oh my fucking God, is it delicious. Fucking dangerously delicious. You fucking down that thing so fast, you have another one, and you're fucking skinny dipping in public. It's great. It's expensive, but it's great. Oh, man. I need another shot. Don't worry, I got it. I got my own shot. Relax. Let's calm down now. Let's settle down now. I got it. I got my own super chat. Let's go, Nate. Give Google your money. Let's go. Yay. Thank you so much, Nintendo Prime. Rum and ginger ale. That's not too bad. If you like ginger ale, that's not too bad. My favorite shot's apple pie. Love apple pie shots. Now you gotta go to an ice bar. It's like walking into a freezer. You literally drink your drink from a cup carved out of a block of ice. That sounds amazing. Just to try. I don't know if I'd enjoy hanging out in that bar for long, but that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that as a concept. That's really cool. Did you miss the karaoke stream last? I didn't do a karaoke stream, Corey. There was 0 karaoke streams. Technically, it was this stream that was supposed to be a karaoke stream that I said on Twitter would be a karaoke stream. But as you can see, there's no karaoke happening. You guys don't want me doing karaoke anyways. I'm not that good. I'm really not that good. I just do it for fun. Man, dude, the plot thickens. Spotify has now sided with Epic versus Apple. Spotify has a long-running battle against Apple and filed an antitrust complaint of its own, and it weighs in on the Epic versus Apple thing going on. We applaud Epic Games' decision to take a stand against Apple and shed further light on Apple's abuse of its dominant position. Apple's unfair practices have disadvantaged competitors and deprived consumers for far too long. The stakes for consumers and app developers, large and small, couldn't be higher, and ensuring that the iOS platform operates competitively and fairly is an urgent task with far-reaching implications. It's crazy. We got a super chat in from Corey here. Hey, Nate, can you play something from Splatoon? Gotcha, Corey, man. Remember, folks, all super chats, you guys can do song requests and stuff. No, if whether it's $1, I think the $2 is the minimum to actually say something in the super chat. But even if you just do $1 and say it in the chat, I'll try to catch it. So something from Splatoon. All right, I got you, man. Splatoon music. Let's see here. All right, turn it down on my end too. I don't want it to be blasting. Let's see here. We're gonna go with Bomb Rush Blush. Actually, no, wait, no, I don't want that one. Let's go. Fine. We'll do the Bomb Rush Blush. It's fine. Actually, you know what? No, not that one. Not that one. Sorry. I keep debating with myself. Here we go. We're going to play Nasty Majesty from the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Alright. I haven't heard this in a while. Alright, crank it to 12. Cheers, Corey. What's up, Maui 5? Not much, man. We're just chit-chatting away, talking about whatever. It's Q&A time. I'll talk about back in the Guitar Hero days. My friends and I really wish they had uploaded some Spanish rock. Those licenses went to probably work. Probably not. The Aether says, I'm currently going through the best Pokemon game on Switch, and it's not made by Game Freak. All right. Guys, got any more questions? Q&A? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You guys got about half hour or so to go here. I can go for a full hour actually extra here, but we'll see. See how the stream's going. See if the stream is still popping off. So there's a Nintendo Direct rumor out there. I thought about making a video on it, but like it's so not real. Yeah, I haven't heard much about the PlayStation 4/5 Pokemon game that's online. Oh my god, jeez. I mean Temtem or whatever it's called, something like that. So there was another anonymous post on 4chan about a Direct that some people are talking about. It says Direct date is August 20th. It says it opens with a trailer for Super Mario All-Stars 2. The Super Mario 35th Anniversary Edition 64 Sunshine Galaxy Remastered comes out November 20th. Full details not ready, but Animal Crossing Fall Update is teased for October, and Nintendo crossover items are back, showing off the Mario set. Next up is the Pushmo Park, releasing later that day, includes special Mario theme levels. Mario and Sonic 2020 Sega is getting a big update. New events are being added. Now you can play as any character in any event. Apex Legend releases in September. That's kind of a big deal. J-Nausea, which is a Dang and Entertainment new IP indie game. Looks like a visual novel. Something December 20th. Bravely Default 2, published by Nintendo, is now winter 2021. Special demo launches before release. Progress from that demo carries over. Not surprised they did that with Octopath Traveler as well. The Cave of Mortar, Flashbulb Games, new IP indie games. Stylistic 2.5D platformer 2021. Tamagotchi Life, My Friend Collection, Nintendo, coming October 9th. New Pokemon Snap, Spotlight, coming December 4th. Nintendo Switch Online update, Game Boy, Nintendo Switch Online, coming September 10th with 20 games. Adding a lot of SNES/Game Boy Mario games for the anniversary. Choo Choo Rocket Universe launching later that day. Liberation Front Koei Tecmo new IP FPS set in a dystopian future. Looks ugly as fuck. 2021. Devil May Cry 4 coming 10/13. No More Heroes 3 January 2021. The way they present this game is very funny. Watch Dogs from Ubisoft is coming to Switch later this year. We're talking about the very first Watch Dogs, so the one that was on Wii U. Atlas Special, Odin Sphere, Muramasa, Dragon's Crown, and 13 Sentinels are all launching in 2021. PvZ3 EA is coming. Plants vs. Zombies 3 is coming in December. Thui sequel project now in development. Pokemon Crown Tundra Spotlight November. Special retail package with game and X-Pack art book for $90. Sizzle Reel including Disco Elysium later this year. Doom Eternal on 10/20. Papers, Please on 8/27. Fast and Furious Crossroads coming soon. Ends on Smash Fighter Pack 7. It's Crash Bandicoot. Sadly, no mention of Crash 4 anywhere. September 2020. That's what this supposed leak rumor thingy said. Oh, Ni no Kuni. We're talking about Ni no Kuni. Okay. Ni no Kuni! All right. Well, that's the end of Nasty Majesty. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, Corey. Thank you so much for the super chat and the support, as always, my man. Let's see here. I'm just like literally going through my Twitter feed to see if there's anything out there. Any news worth talking about? Oh yeah. How's it going, everybody? Halo Infinite's been delayed. That's not new news, though. It's a few days old, though. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Inspector Gadget. I don't know why that's stuck in my brain right now. Woohoo! Not too much big news today. It felt like there was more news when I was checking earlier, but then it was not a ton, to be completely honest. Not like usual, anyways. Let's see here. When's the rumor direct date? There's a rumor, the 28/11/38. There's two rumors out there. One is for the 17th. One is for the 20th. We'll see what happens. Nate, when's your next game you want to hit up in your backlog? After I finish Fire Emblem Three Houses. Oh man, it's a good question. Maybe Astral Chain. Could also be time. Maybe it's finally time to do Pokemon Sword and Shield. We'll see. Probably one of those two. Any chance of playing Splatoon 2 at some point with Patreon, folks? I could probably make that happen. We got a $2 make you holla super chat in from 151 Kina, however you want to pronounce that. Thank you so much for that support. I appreciate it. We got Gavin Geiger here as well. Thank you so much. Let me get your shot rolled up here for you. Cheers, man. I'm looking for a reason to hop back in. Yeah, it might be fun to do another like Patreon / YouTube member stream of Splatoon 2 with viewers. I haven't done one of those in a long time. Yeah, I know about Fortnite getting delisted. We talked about that. There's also now a lawsuit from Epic Games on it. So, let's see here. Gin Turkey 89 said, I finished Xenoblade on the 3DS last year, and I really wish Nintendo would allow me to move my save file to entice me to purchase it on the Switch. It would be nice if they did that. And there's proof it can be done, because there was, I can't remember, it was a Capcom game? Was it Monster Hunter? There was some sort of game that you could transfer 3DS to switch the save file. I wish that Nintendo would allow that, but... Red Chaos 173 says, what's crazy is that Xbox Team and Nintendo of America are really close to each other. Yeah, dude. They're both in Redmond, Washington. They're practically across the street from each other. It's crazy. Catherine, full body. You are truly missing out. There's only one full body I'm interested in, and it ain't Catherine's. Yeah. 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 Giggity, giggity. The 281138 says, I love how people have been inspecting every pixel with Mario on the beach, just like last year. Yeah, I didn't make a video on that Mario thing, like that tweet they put out, because it's like, dude, I know it's nice to speculate and try to read into it, but I mean, guys, they did something similar last summer too, and it meant nothing. It's just a cool end of summer post. It doesn't mean anything at all. And if it ends up meaning something, great. But there's a very high likelihood, just like last year, that it means absolutely nothing. People are just clamoring. People are really, really clamoring for stuff. That's all it is. People are just impatient and want to speculate. So, Monster Hunter. Yeah, Monster Hunter Generations, maybe? Something like that. I felt like it was a Monster Hunter game where they let you transfer your save file to the Switch. Because Why Not is here. I love that name. Because Why Not? Why not, everyone? Hi, man. How's it going? The 28113, it says, have you discussed the new patents of Zelda stuff, like games, toothpaste, food, and drinks? No, I have not. I was planning to make a video on it, because I'm a big Zelda guy, to talk about how this patent could be huge for the 35th anniversary of Zelda next year, because they did a similar patent for Mario last year. However, until Nintendo confirms 35th anniversary Mario stuff, I don't really want to talk about it because it could mean nothing, right? So I want to wait and see if when they did it to Mario last year, if that turns into something this year. If it turns into something this year, then it's definitely worth talking about for next year. So we'll see. I also feel like if the 35th anniversary Mario stuff ends up being legit, and obviously we have that patent that points to them doing it again for Zelda. Clearly there'll be a Zelda collection next year too. Maybe it's Skyward Sword HD, Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask. It'd be nice to get Ocarina of Time on Majora's Mask. Twilight Princess and the Wind Waker, sorry. It'd be nice to get Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask up into HD as well. And if they did it to Mario 64 and Sunshine, who's to say they won't do it for those games too, but we'll see what happens. Let's see here. GameCube games have gone up in price. My copy of Sunshine since I had a child is now, I don't know what CLB means, but 70, 75? Nice. I just like how they made a patent for toothpaste of all things. Why not? Why not? Dude, brush your toothpaste with the Triforce. It's the only way. It's the only way to ensure a clean mouth. It's me, Nate. I changed my channel name. I don't... I love it like, hey, it's me, Nate. I changed my channel name. Who's me? I see because why not? How am I supposed to know who you are? It's me, Nate. Good day, mate. I don't know who's me. It's fun, and that happens because people feel like I have this personal connection to them. So like, oh yeah, don't you know who I am? It's like, no, I really don't. And you're just a guy that says because why not? And apparently I'm supposed to know you because you used to have a different name, but I don't know what that different name was. Corey Bohm says, on your video today, you talked about the Nintendo games that could be launch titles. Is there a chance that Animal Crossing New Horizons could be a launch title? It's now the number 2 franchise on Switch. I mean, it's the number 1 franchise on Switch. I guarantee it's already outsold Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But what are we talking about for launch titles? New Horizons wouldn't be a launch title. No. It'd be a new game for a launch title. They wouldn't just have New Horizons that's already out be a launch title. Unless you're talking about like in hindsight, like just what IPs could be launch titles. Obviously, Animal Crossing could be a launch title, like for a system at some point. Like it would be a good idea. I meant to put since I was a child, and CL means complete in box. Okay, all right, yeah. I meant since I was a child. Game games have gone up in price since I was a child. Okay, well, happens. That's usually the way it goes when they become collector's items. I would like GBA Zelda games to be brought back, like Link's Awakening. Also, the Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge remade in the same style. Underappreciated game. It is an underappreciated game. Gavin Geiger says, do you think we will get Mario Kart 9 this year for the holidays? I think it's a possibility. I definitely think it's not out of the realm of possibility. So I would say there's like probably a 40% chance, but I mean that's a pretty high chance compared to most games. You meant like a new AC game or AC New Horizons Deluxe, yeah. A new game could be a launch title. I don't think a game that's this established on Switch would make for a good launch title, but a new one, yep, a new one could definitely do it. All right, want another shot here? I gotta put my money where my mouth is. Yeah. Gotta put my money where my motherfucking mouth is. Motherfucking mouth. You motherfucking mouth. How dare you? How dare you? Ba-bam. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get that in my mouth. And when is Doom Eternal for Switch coming out? No idea at all. There is no date. Yeah, I don't think it's been canceled. I don't think it's vaporware. It's coming. It's just I don't know. I think COVID came at a bad time too. It was always going to come out later than the other versions, but then COVID hit. So I'm trying to be understanding that of a possible delay. But yeah, you can get it really cheap on PS4 if you own a PS4. What's up, Y2 Wrestling? Welcome welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. Oh my God, I gotta go. Well, I don't have to leave. I will be right back is what I'm trying to say here. Play some music for you guys. I apologize if it blows your ears out. But I will be right back. We gotta go deal with my kids, I think. So 1 sec. How you guys doing? Love that mix. Love that mix. You got the PS4 version, nice. Janc89 says Eternal Darkness would be awesome in high def. Also, the Shadow of the Eternals demo that was kickstarted failed. Dude, that Shadow of the Eternal. I was almost hoping to get picked up. I know there was some drama around one of the guys, but like Dennis Dyack or whatever. But like, dude, that would have been sick. I wish I would have at least gotten a shot, but not enough people were willing to take a risk just because of some of the history of one of the guys. For September, are you going to do a giveaway for WWE 2K Battlegrounds? Probably not. Probably not. When I do my giveaways, I try to pick games that people are interested in. I know you're interested in that game, but you might be the only person interested in that game. Shadow Man is coming to Switch, and that was a great N64 game. Jesus, Corey. Because why not? Stop joking around, man. You know who I am. Remember the box? Oh, Mitchell Clyburn. So it's Mitchell. How am I supposed to know? How would I know that? Anyways, well, welcome to the stream, man. All right. The 28113, it says, "Hey man, have you watched Aeronometer's video that Tracer was possibly scrapped from the Fighters Pass 1 and that Byleth took her place?" No, and I don't think that happened. All of the choices were made by Nintendo. And they made it very obvious they wanted Byleth in the game. So I don't think that was ever a thing. Love to be wrong, but I don't think it was ever a thing. Gavin Geiger, I am too. You are too what? I don't know. That's with the stream delay. It's like, what are you responding to? I don't even remember. I didn't know till you told me. Don't know why that song is stuck in my head right now. Magic going to sweep? No. Unless you mean they're going to sweep up the locker room after they're eliminated from the playoffs. Will Nintendo put Dr. Eggman in Smash? He deserves it. Probably not. I doubt it. What do I think is so far game of the year? Well, the only game I've played that came out in 2020 is Animal Crossing New Horizons, so it just defaults to that because I haven't played any other game that's released this year. Literally 0 other games have I played this year that came out in 2020. All the games I've been playing were 2019 or earlier. Well, Ninjala. Sorry, I played Ninjala. That's another new one this year, but I will put Animal Crossing New Horizons above Ninjala. So, yeah. Oh, I am too. Oh, you're interested in WWE Battleground? Okay, that's good. I'm not trying to like insult people that are interested in it. It's just not something that's going to have as high of interest as other possible games. Like if I look at games coming out September 2020. Let's see here. We've got every video game released. Every game released. Oh, okay. Sure. I just want to see September. July, August, September. No, that's not even close to up to date. That's not even close to the date. This is so August 2020 or September. There's September. Let's see here. Something like, I mean, there's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 as an example. I know it's not on Switch, but that would be a really popular giveaway. Oh, dude. Strongholds Warlords. It's probably looking more like it's going to be Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. But we'll see. It could be a game of choice too. So it could be a game of choice. If I decide to go that route. I do game of choice sometimes. What's up, Mackenzie Peters? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Miami. See you on Miami. All right, all right, all right. This shit reminds me of when the Wii U was out, because we would go months of no games and no news. We have not been months of no games and no news. We've had 7 games published by Nintendo released in 8 months. So get out of here with that. We have had a lot of games come out. People just might not care about those games, but we've had games come out. Wii U was different. There was a literal 9-month period after launch that they had 0 Nintendo published games come out for 9 straight months. That was insane. This is nothing like that. What would you think if Nintendo makes a Switch that has a spot to put 3DS games? I would think it's a really stupid move. I think I've talked about it before. I think it'd be really dumb. Just really dumb. One, they don't have the architecture inside the Switch to play 3DS games anyway. It's a completely different architecture. So they'd have to create an entirely new emulator. And I just don't think they're going to do that. 2, it's just dumb. The games aren't going to look good on Switch. They're just not. So why? I just, no thanks. I'll pass. I really don't take Game of the Year awards seriously, especially when PUBG was nominated and it was still only in beta. I take Game of the Game of the Year awards they matter and they don't matter. They matter for some things, but for I think most average people, what matters is what's your Game of the Year. PUBG being nominated, I don't think was that big a deal at the time, because that whole beta thing was basically a joke at that point. Millions upon millions upon millions of people are playing the game. So why shouldn't it count? Like, that's my thing. Like, oh, because it's only in beta. Okay. But while in beta, people consider it one of the best games of the year. Like, Game of the Year, it shouldn't really matter if it's a fully released game or not, because it's especially with PUBG, because it's free to play. So whether it's in beta or not, it's free to play. So it doesn't change anything. It's just a term. It's just a term that they're all out there. After the Wii U came out, Nintendo wanted to give people adequate time to play Wind Waker HD. That's what it was. We need time to play Wind Waker HD, everyone. Wind Waker HD is pretty great, but still. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I believe it would make the Switch possibly more expensive for the extra screen, and blown up on display would hinder the 3DS games if they put a 3DS cards on an HD display. Watch Resist says Animal Crossing, Xenoblade Clubhouse games, Paper Mario, just so far. Nintendo's 2020 game lineup has been good so far. I really like Animal Crossing, Clubhouse, Paper Mario. Beyond all that, they also released Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore Edition. They released... I went through these all the other day. God, I just went through these. What are the other 2 games that they published? God, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now. There's 2 other games they published in addition to those ones. So Animal Crossing, Xenoblade Clubhouse games, Paper Mario, and then Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore Edition. Why can't I remember the other 2 games they published? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. I literally just had these on stream like a few days ago. I mentioned it. And now I don't remember. Ugh, so dumb. So dumb. Oh yeah, Mystery Dungeon. That's right, Mystery Dungeon. Rescue Team DX, whatever. That came out as well. That's one. And then the other one is, oh man. Ugh, I hate when I draw blanks on something that it's like in there. I know, just like the moment you mentioned Pokemon, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember which game that was. Like, it's just what's gonna draw my memory on the missing game. Oh yeah, is the yeah? I think it's the jump rope game. That's what it was. The bunny jump rope game thing. Jump rope challenge. There you go. Yeah, Jump Rope Challenge was the one I was missing. What about Nocturne making Dante into DLC? It's cool. I don't care that much, but it's cool. There are people that obviously do care. I just don't happen to be one of those people. I don't really play those games that much, so I don't know. I just tend not to care, I suppose. But it's whatever. Oh. I wonder how my video is doing today. I haven't even looked to see what kind of views it has. How are my views doing today on that video? I guess I'm about to find out. 543 and 4. It's doing about average. Might not hit 1,000 views. I don't know. Mackenzie Peters says nothing wrong with people liking PUBG, but here's my problem with beta games. Some of them never get a full release and are just abandoned. Well, I think we can agree PUBG was never going to get abandoned. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Kickstarter games that, yeah, I understand. There's some frustrations with that. I understand. If Y2 Wrestling says, if there's no COVID next year, would I go to E3 2021? That would be the plan. I would definitely be planning to go to E3 2021. Would I end up going? It's a good question. It's not because I don't want to. I have a cruise I'm going on next year. So that's kind of my damper on, I don't know. I would be planning to attend, yeah. Yes, assuming Nintendo's there, of course. If Nintendo backs out, then I might change my mind. But I would be planning to attend like I usually do. But we'll see. It was also going to be the first E3 that Yulia was going to come to with me. I was going to have her come with. So, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. The next Pokemon Let's Go, they should skip Gold and Silver and go to the Crystal version. They probably won't skip Gold and Silver. Gold and Silver is like really popular. I don't think they're going to skip that. If they do another Let's Go game, that's just the next logical step. Yulia would be with. I just said that, Corey. It's Eric that might not be with. 5J doesn't go to E3, by the way. I just meet up with him in Minnesota, like when we're gonna fly out. Eric would be the one that is not coming with. If that makes sense. The 281138 says, I miss E3. I can't go, but I miss the factor where I'll be watching with friends and get hyped with the announcements of games we want or companies trying to be better than the other. Yeah, I mean, having all of the news for like 4 months packed into like a 2-week period, like 1 week for E3, but then like you have the interviews that come after, so like a 2-week period is fantastic. And there hasn't been anything that's really replicated it. They've tried hard this year with some different stuff, but they've never actually replicated it very well. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people that maybe even appreciate E3 a little more now that we didn't have it and we saw what happened in its stead. Where it's like, yeah, E3 would have been kind of nice to have. Mackenzie Peters says, I hope you guys enjoy E3 next year. I get disappointed these days with all these leaks ruining the fun. It's like a kid opening a gift before Christmas morning. A gift's a gift's a gift. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. But I've always been that way, though. I don't really care about leaks as much. So, hence why we cover them at my channel, because I enjoy that stuff. But not everybody's into it. And I appreciate that not everyone's into it. Let's see here. YG says, is Eric going to be on the next episode of the Nintendo Prime podcast? Who else will be on? No announcements at this time. I have no announcements about the podcast at this time. The 28113 says, has there anything came up with the Summer Game Fest? Because I think it started back in early. There's been a number of announcements that have come out of it, but I don't have them right in front of me to tell you. Because why not? It says Nintendo Direct prediction for the next one, whenever it may be, please. I predict we're all going to be disappointed, and it's another partner showcase. And it'll happen this month. That is all. All right. We got a lot of dead air at this point. I think we're going to call it. I got to go make dinner anyways. Mackenzie Peters says, I'll rephrase what I said. I like rumors, but I don't like hearing spoilers before reveals. Does that make... I understand. It still doesn't bother me, but I understand. Everyone's different. I'm going to call the stream there, guys. I got to go get dinner together for my kids and stuff. So making these, whatever the hell they're called again. I already forgot. Making pork buns. So thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Catch you guys in the next video, next stream. Probably be streaming again tomorrow at some point. If not, maybe the podcast. We'll see. Having some issues, but thank you guys for tuning in. And catch you guys in the next video.